Again, never giving up. Every Thursday they stuff my internet. Your connection because I haven't. Unstable. One watching.
Hey, fucking hell.
How did that? How can you believe that the internet keeps going down? This is twice. Last Thursday.
Once again,
I'm telling you, one person tuning in, they keep screwing Dust Bowl over. Nah, it's alright. Mate, never give up, never give up.
yeah.
At least my stream's up and running. I wonder who's playing, oh, the connection's shit again. How terrible.
Give myself a minute. Australian broadband. Australian broadband is currently not working.
Can you believe it? 4 people
Tuning in, thank you.
never give up. Never. My stream's actually all good. Let's have a big BOJO for number 10. For sure. It's happening. Tomorrow. Polls are opened. God bless the UK, greatest empire planet Earth. Delicious. Neil, hey brother, thanks for tuning in. It was too hot. Your connection's unstable. I can't believe that the internet. This is last me internet was down and screwed me over. Neil, you legend. Thanks. He's got Nigel Farage backing him up. It's going to happen. First man to go on trial under Nigerian anti-homosexual laws. This has absolutely nothing to do with BOJO. Well, Nigeria was an ex-British colony. I think they, I mean, you know, it was brutal times, mate. I got a mate from Nigeria. He's like, yeah, maybe some brutal shit happened in Nigeria, but it's one of the most, I guess what could you say, modernized African nations there is. 47 went on trial in Nigeria on Wednesday for public display of the members of the same sex in an office that carries a 10-year jail term in the country, an offence. So the men were among 57 arrested in a police raid on a hotel in the impoverished Egbe district of the commercial capital Lagos in 2018. Display of affection by nation.
They're like publicly displaying this stuff.
Which I think like no worries. I think G-rated public where children can be exposed to stuff. Yeah, I get it. In the privacy of our own homes or in private property, you can do some stupid stuff. Maybe. Hopefully on YouTube too. I ticked the box that says no fucking kids. This is not appropriate for children. We met at the pub in Brisbane. Hey brother, how you going? True Blue crew, right? Thanks for tuning in, bro. They reckon my internet's down, so they just shut my last stream down. So I've rebooted. I'm back. Boris Johnson's going to win tomorrow in the UK. And then what's going to happen is we're going to see Britain leave the Soviet, and it's going to be happy days. Wait until Donald Trump wins. When Trump 2020, Bojo's going to win, Brexit's going to happen, Trump's going to happen. It's going to be sick. UK election news. How's the polling going? 9 minutes ago, UK election 2009, British voters head to the polls. CNN. I can help you get a sense of the truth as we sift through the garbage of CNN. In critical election, voters are casting their ballots across the United Kingdom. Oh yeah. Are you joking me? Can you
France in it.
Are you joking? My computer's frozen on me.
Struggling, mate. Struggling to keep up.
Oh yeah. Traditional party loyalties turned upside down. My last stream just before they shut me down. No, it's probably just poor internet. We were reading how a member of Jeremy Corbyn stood up and said she was rape gang. The good thing is there's a Pakistani minister of communities who stood up in defense of the lady who Corbyn sacked. So I was like, oh, good on her. Good on both of them ladies. You know what I mean? Here we go. Bojo goes for number 10 again. Last time in the UK held an election in December was 1920. Let's hope Bojo gets the majority here. So we see the Brexit exiting the Soviet Union. Get out. We don't need Brussels telling people. We don't need Canberra. No. It's even worse, mate. It's like, you know what I mean? There were concerns over holding election before Christmas due to come before 4 p.m. across the country, and it's cold. That's right. Freezing, mate. Can't believe the sun's down at 4 p.m. That's crazy. There were also concerns that parties face the challenge in getting voters excited about that agenda at a time when most people have their minds on other things. Well, that's right. The bulk majority of people don't give a crap, probably. No one's just like, a fucking inspector. So, yeah. Fact. No. They knew what's up. You're telling me your connection is unstable. Again, Nick Spence. Your anything taken down yet by YouTube? Nah. Nothing's been taken down for me. It's pretty good, eh? But I reckon I'm flying under the radar, I guess. I don't know. I've been doing way less. When I got monetized, before I got monetized and I had to get hours up, I was doing a live every day reading the news. And I guess the consistency, people knew when I was going live. I was getting a lot of views each video. So, I mean, once I did that for like months, and then I was kind of like, I'm over it. And I've just been backed off. You can see if you go through my channel. And I've just been doing randomly. So maybe because, maybe just because the way I've done things, the scent's off me. But I believe that I believe that I'm not. I don't believe that I say anything out of control. I think everything I say is reasonable, fair and balanced. Like Bill O'Reilly. No. Pardon me. But yeah. UK election. BOJO. He arrives at polling stations with his dog. Pretty cool looking dog. It's like a little furry Jack Russell kind of thing. Boris Johnson arrived at Central London polling station with his dog early to cast his vote. What kind of dog was it? Johnson and his partner Carrie's adopted the dog, believed to be a Jack Russell Cross. I was right. Earlier this year, from a charity, Friends of Animals Wales. Oh, everything. This is the weird thing about everything now has to be a virtue signal. It has to be like, and the reason he has a dog is because it's a welfare dog that he adopted. It was neglected animal, and it's like a virtue signal. And I was like, the other day, same thing. It was like, you know, Gillette razors, and it goes on about something. Then it'll be like fully recycled, and we donate a percentage of our profits to fight waste management around the world. Like, then you change your channel, you're like, whatever. And it's like McDonald's and the Ronald McDonald, they're helping start like children. You're like, yeah, fair enough. I just want a Big Mac. UK elections. Boris Johnson and his Jack Russell that he got from a animal welfare shelter. He got this dog earlier this year from a charity of animals. Whatever. And the stupid dog's about to lick the fucking one of the most BOJO and his dog. The Muslims would feel about this dog, this bloke and his dog. Muslims hate dogs. I had a dog when I used to have heaps of Muslim mates. I lived in an area with a high Muslim population. I used to play ball with them in the local park and that. And I had my fucking dog. They hated my dog. I'd be like, don't run from the fucking dog. They would be afraid of the dog and run for their life. And you're like, he's just gonna fucking chase you, you idiots. No. Anyway, they were actually right. One of the leaders of the mosque came down to the park and told everyone that they were gonna cause a war and there'd be blood on the streets. And I was like, what's wrong with you people? According to, I can't even read this shit. CNN. Fake news. Oh yeah, all the UK lining up for vote. I wonder what's going to happen. Like in the Australian elections, like when we voted for gay rights, for gay marriage, equality, inequality. We voted for the whole of Australia to be sell out to the glitterati, pretty much. They lied to us. That's all it's down to. They said it was just going to be a gay marriage, and it wasn't. It was about 1,000 others. The whole agenda's been hijacked. Probably genuine gay people who just wanted to get married. Is even these photos, it seems like it's mainly white British people voting, as you would expect. Being a predominantly white nation, but What happens when all the it's finally become citizens and are allowed to vote? They're not going to vote for socially progressive ideas, are they? They're going to be like, I don't believe in that shit. They actually are more in line with what I believe is leave their homes and trudge towards polling stations on a cold December day. That's right. That's what most people in the real world, they trudge towards polling stations. I volunteered at our last federal election in Australia, handing out how to vote cards, and it was like 95% of people were like, leave me alone. I don't even want to be here. But I was helping my mate, an independent, and helping him and One Nation, and people were really, they'll be like, oh, you're for an mate, I can't believe it. How fucking boring. CNN is so boring. I can't believe it. When you like read this shit, when I watch the mainstream news and read these mainstream news articles, I honestly, I just think this is so fucking boring. Like, how boring are they? No wonder why Google's like, Google and YouTube are like, geez, we need to get YouTube. People are actually reading the news. Someone with a bit of fucking excitement happening in their life. Is my stream bloody down again? Mate, the beer bomb. It's like I've destroyed my life tonight. Poor, or just could be poor. Tell me a story. Nah. True Blue Crew, Neil. I hope it's all happening, doing well for you. Reading the news today. I was reading the news actually, and they were saying that the UK has 75 million people attended sports events this year. Actual people going and attending. Yes, if there's 52, every week, if you got 1 million people going to live sports or going to watch live sports, I reckon that's a brilliant job. Gobs the British. And, just like that CNN article said, it's like people trudging towards the polling stations. And that's absolutely correct. That's the general gist of people who are like, mate, don't want nothing to do with any of this. Oh yeah, how's this for all this talk about President's call on bar to persecute obscene pornography? I reckon this is like, there is a bit of a turning point here. Mate, can you believe it? Maybe this is why my internet's so slow. I opened my Telegram to read some articles, and there's like 50 articles open. There's that many. And plus, I backed up all my YouTube videos, thinking there's going to be that I was going to get purged. So I'm sitting going, geez, mate, my computer's probably like red hot, out and melt. Time to upload all my videos on my hard drive. Know what I mean, mate? Know what I mean? Let's read this about this. You lied to me, Dusty. You told me that it was going to be about the UK election. All you need to know is watch my first stream that I did tonight before my internet dropped out and Australians $4 billion worth of NBN national broadband failed Dusty. You'll find out about the lizard people and all the truth about the inbreeding British royal families. Once again, he's marrying a black lady. They can't be related. Turns out they are. It's all to keep the lizard blood flowing. So I was reading this article this week. Exclusive U.S. representatives call on Barr, don't know who he is, to persecute obscene pornography. I reckon that's I thought, I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, true. I seen someone said, maybe I read another article, someone said that pornography is the least regulated industry on planet Earth. Like if you think of like beer or cigarettes, or even like general TV, you know, or radio, there's like a lot of restrictions on there. And then people like anyone, any age who access to the internet can just get like all kinds of pornography. And then they're like, hang on a minute. They've done like research on this and they're like, they've said like, since, I guess it's an internet problem. They're saying it's not been good. It's not been good for young people, especially young people who are born in the internet age. 4 Republican representatives have sent a letter to Attorney General Bill Barr this morning calling on the Department of Justice to enforce obscenity laws as a means of reducing hardcore pornography that meets the legal test for obscenities, especially pornography involving children. Good on it. It's illegal. Why is illegal stuff allowed? You know what I mean? There's so many fucking pedophiles that are running the world. The LGBTQI has been taken over by pedophiles. The sexualization of children. We see this with the transgender movement and how they're introducing all this transgender stuff in schools and education. It's just pedophiles. It's not normal. It's not normal for any adult to talk to a little kid and be like about their sexuality, unless it's a doctor and there's something wrong with them. It's not normal. Apart from a parent, pretty much a parent or a doctor, and there's something wrong. It's probably the 2 times you're like. But to push any of this other stuff, I think they're pedophiles. And I think there's like there's got to be grounds to say why is all this stuff allowed on the internet? Why do they get a free for all? Why is that not regulated or controlled? The porn industry, you know what I mean? When I can't even walk down the fucking street with a beer without being told to tip it out. Or people get taxed like 70% on booze and cigarettes. So it's like everything's really controlled and you can enjoy things within reason. And then it's like, oh no, these guys, they get a fucking green light to do whatever the hell they want. A letter signed by Jim Banks of Indiana, well, that's just a list of all the people, was provided exclusively to the National Review and reminds the Justice Department of Donald Trump's promise as a presidential candidate to enforce obscenity laws against the porn industry. Oh, mate, I think it's good of them to raise this and to push it and to be like, nah. Again, promoting illegal things, it's not legal. So why are they allowed? Why are children allowed to access it? Do you know what I mean? Is that reasonable? I reckon that's fucking reasonable. And I don't think it's a subject that anyone really wants to talk about, myself included. But this is these are some turning points. I think there was another article here. Bang. Get this one. This is natural. And so this is crazy. Poland is taking a stand against pedophile and sexual perversion by establishing clear boundaries when it comes to the sex education in schools. Now the European Union is intervening in the matter, claiming that Poland is violating human rights of students in open sex education. They're pedophiles. The UN, the fucking European Union, Brussels, all of them. It's fucking crazy. Poland looks to protect children from sexual exploitation. Poland is just godly people. Just like I was reading in that article before about Nigeria, they're godly people. I have no, mate, African Christians are the best. I love them. They're my brothers. I would move over there and be like, live in one of these nations that are governed with godly laws. But the citizens are facing opposition from the EU.
But Dusty, bro, you would never have internet then.
Yeah, true. Nah, I don't know. They probably do it. They probably have better internet than us. I wouldn't be surprised. According to the Polish constitution, citizens can submit their own referendum and call it to vote. Poland's Stop Pedophilia bill holds public schools to new standards, preventing school officials from promoting sexual activity to minors under the guise of education. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I reckon these pedophiles are pushing this shit under the guise of, what do they say? Under the guise of sex education. That's what it is. They're promoting sexual activity to minors under the guise of education, and they're fucking liars. Over 265,000 Polish citizens have signed a measure demanding new standards for sex education that protects children from sexual exploitation. Bloody oath, man. Go the fucking Polish. They're awesome. Disturbingly, the members of the European Union Parliament are contesting the bill, violating Poland's sovereignty in the process. Well, isn't this another reason why Boris needs to get number 10 again? You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Time to wake up. I was reading the article before in my previous stream before my internet failed me about the Jeremy Corbyn has it, MP, the Minister of Community something, right, stood out and said there's a problem with Pakistani Muslim pedophile grooming gangs. Jeremy Corbyn sacked the Sheila. You gotta ask yourself, what the hell is going on? What the hell's going on with these weirdo pedophiles? You know what I mean? I think they're hijacked gay people. I think there's probably gay people who have a biological disposition who are attracted to the same sex. And you're like, okay, consenting adult, whatever, no big deal. I get it. I still believe it's a sin. I believe in the Bible. That's what the Bible says. I'm going to stand by the Bible, right? The same Bible convicts me and condemns me. But the thing is, they've been taken advantage of. The gays have been taken advantage of by these pedophiles. It's fucked up, man.
Is my stream still going, mate? How's my internet going? Only 5 watching. Oh!
Nick Spence, Barr's the head of our Justice Department. He let Epstein off easy back in 2011. He's kind of a snake. Yeah, isn't it just fucking weird or how this pedophile shit's like going on? And you're like, what the fuck? They keep pushing it on. I think they keep pushing it through education. They push it through the media. Any of this stuff, they're like, yay, we need to encourage fucking trans children, or someone posted them in like a comic book enthusiast noisiest chat on Facebook. Someone's like, Marvel's going to release the first transgender comic book. It's of a young 13-year-old trans kid. And I'm like, isn't that disgusting or terrible, I said. And then it was like, they all started trying to have a go at me. And I'm like, mate, as far as I'm concerned, this is pedophilia. This is a sexualization of children. It's fucked up. Nick Spence, lots of pedos in the government and media. What the fuck is wrong with these people? It's just disgusting. They can't consent. They have no consent. They can't consent to this. Leave them the fuck alone. And I don't think that a normal gay person, I don't want to bunch them into this shit. I think they've been taken advantage of as well. I think Aboriginal people, all of them, they get taken advantage of from that fucking agenda. I was reading today, it was like NRL. Every year we start the NRL rugby, National Rugby League tournament or game. It's like the Indigenous team versus the All-Star team, right? And then they're saying like, oh, we don't think the Australian national anthem should be sung during that particular game, nor any NRL game, only if it's an international NRL game. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe that all Aboriginals think like this. I don't think the majority, or I don't think barely any of them think like this, right? I think they are being taken advantage of by extreme fucking idiots. And this might be the same with just normal gay and lesbian people who are like, I don't even know. I don't know the science. I don't know if you can do a genetic test and they go, yeah, mate, you have an XYX chromosome. You're genetically gay. I don't know if that's the case. Possibly it's the case. I believe that could possibly be the case. And then I could say to myself, yeah, that person is attracted to the opposite sex. When they're of age, when they're an adult, a consenting adult, whatever, they're not hurting anyone. So I don't condone it. I don't think we should promote it. I think that could be the reality for them. That doesn't mean that I do. Yes, I believe it's a sin still. Just like being a drunkard is a sin. And we all need Jesus, right? We do. Objective, Maria. In our minds, we all hold each other and ourselves according to objective moral standards. I believe that we do. We know it in our hearts. We hold ourselves to the same standard of the Bible, even if not worse, in our own heart and mind daily. That's what I believe. It's just a part of human nature. And we all do it, and we keep lying. The whole world keeps lying to themselves, trying to lower the laws of nature. But we all know. We all know we're guilty. We all know that it's not good enough. Anyway, I'm going on to tangents. I was reading today an article. I should go on my Facebook and I'll read this article today about. Let's go on to another tangent. No, mate. I'm big tonight. Stove. Anyway, I was reading this article today about fucking Einstein. He's talking about how he actually believes a kind of predestination. That's the closest word I know to how to articulate this. Einstein. So this is my thinking anyway, talking to people and I'm saying, hey mate, this pedophilia is wrong. or these fucking Muslim rape gangs are wrong, or Jeremy Corbyn is a fucking Marx. He believes in identity politics and he believes in conflict theory. Own property rights. If you read Karl Marx Communist Manifesto, he believes in conflict theory, thinks we're all pitted against each other. There's like a hierarchy of control. He doesn't believe in, he thinks marriage is a bad thing. If he's a self, like, this is the thing, if we can't, there's objective moral, that that's a lie. So can't like stand here and say, I believe in this and this is right and that's wrong and blah 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 blah, because, and what do I believe in? Just a different form of subjective morality or cultural relativism, and I'm just disagreeing with them from perspective? No, I don't. I believe that there is objective moral truth. I believe that cultural truth. I can't believe the amount of fucking pop-ups I'm battling against here, sing the battle on. I think we need to defend Western culture, to defend Western values, to defend Christian values, we have to establish objective moral truth. We have to become apologists and defenders of essentially truth, right? Because if you don't, for Nordic, is my internet shit or is it quality shit? Nah, my internet was fucking up before. This is my second stream. Tories will blow the others away, but Brexit will not get done the way people want it to happen back in 2016. Brexit light is what's on the way. Yeah, let's just fucking hope that they make something happen. Once it starts, I think they'll get more and more done. And we're going on another tangent. This is an article I thought was interesting today. What I meant by God does not play dice. Of course, this is just someone trying to justify what they're saying. Oh, fucking as if they know exactly what Einstein thought. Unless he wrote a book about it, maybe he did. The theory produced a good deal, but hardly brings us closer to the secrets of the old one, wrote Einstein in December 1926. I'll just skip a heap of this fucking article. No. Jeez, some people start articles in a weird way. Here we go, mate. I am at all events convinced that he does not play dice, referring to God. Damn, he does not. Einstein was responding to a letter from a German physicist, Max Born. The heart of a new theory of quantum mechanics, Born had argued, beats randomly and uncertainly, as though suffering from arrhythmia. There, as physicists, therefore, the quantum had always been about doing this and getting that. The new quantum mechanics appeared to say that when we do this, we get that only with a certain probability, and in some circumstances, we might get the other. Yeah, so you get what that's saying. I'm imagining you understand what that means. You don't need a bogan to explain that to you. Einstein, I'm mixing them up, mate, was having none of it. And his insistence that God does not play dice with the universe has echoed down the decades as familiar and yet as elusive in its means as E equals mc squared. What did Einstein mean by it, and how did Einstein conceive of God? So he's pretty much saying, Einstein's saying he doesn't believe that it's chance. He's like, no, none of this is by chance. Remember that Einstein, and I'll keep reading this. I'll skip through a little bit. But this essential journey had exposed the conflict between science and scripture. Now, 12-year-old Einstein rebelled. He developed a deep aversion to the dogma of organized religion that would last for his lifetime, blah, 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 blah. Because he actually was became practicing Jewish. Blah, blah, blah. I'm mixing up what he's saying. At the end of the day, what you need to know is Einstein, he pretty much worked out that there was the Big Bang. I think it was like, what do they call it? From memory, something like he worked out the expansion rate of like some red thing. I don't know, right? He worked out that everything that the universe is expanding at a certain rate. So he backtracked out. He worked out that there was a singularity time of creation where space-time and matter came into existence. I'm pretty sure that when he started to realize this, he was like, fuck, there is a creator and there's a designer. And Einstein's saying in this article, he's like, no, God doesn't play dice. Things are predestined. So that must tie into that there is objective truth. Like, so if there's scientific truth, mathematic truth, and we know 1 + 1 = 2, Einstein's looking at physics and all this and saying, no, there's absolute truth in all these different layers of mathematics and science. And then he's saying, what this person says, and they're not quoting Einstein. This is their opinion about Einstein, even though I'm skipping forward because we want the gist of it. Einstein's God is infinitely superior but impersonal. He's not personal, he reckons, and intangible, substitute but not malicious. He is also firmly determinist as far as Einstein was concerned. God's lawful harmony is established throughout the cosmos by strict adherence to the physical principles of cause and effect. Thus, there is no room for Einstein's philosophy for free will. He believes there's deterministic, there's like some kind of predestination going on. I'm not saying this is what I believe in, but he's a genius. Everything is determined, the beginning as well as the end, by forces over which we have no control. We all dance to a mysterious tune in tone in the distance by an invisible player. Like, that's a quote from Einstein. The special and general theory of relativity provided a radical new way of conceiving the space and time and their active interactions with matter and energy. These theories are entirely consistent with the lawful harmony established by Einstein's God. But the new theory of quantum mechanics, which Einstein had also helped to fund in 1905, was telling a different story. Quantum mechanics is about interactions involving matter and radiation as a scale of atoms and molecules set against a passive background of space and time. I think Einstein's wrong there. If he knew the person of Jesus, then he'd be like, it's logical. It would be only logical for Einstein looks at science, he looks at nature and says, like he says that we are, this is the quote, we all dance to a mysterious tune intoned to the distance by an invisible architect, some designer. has to be in the person of Jesus. You know what I mean? He's holy. The holy God who gave us objective moral truth. We all know KFC. You know what I mean? When we walk past a homeless person, when someone pisses us off, we all know it. We live our lives according to these standards. More strictly, we're like the true Pharisees. And it's left and right wing people. We all do it. We're all guilty of it. It's just the reality of the way people are. Anyway, Einstein was a fraud. Tesla is the true emperor of the 20th century science. There's no ether or atomism. Either can explain everything to atomism is a crack or with a back full of bumpy particles. all I'm saying is I think there's enough reason here for Einstein to look at nature and go, look at this. I believe there's something more. If Einstein, one of the smartest dudes, could see it, I reckon Tesla would have fucking believed too. He would have seen the writing on the wall. Just how slow the internet. What the fuck's going on in this world? Nah, my internet is so fucked. Tonight, slow down Dusty's internet. Every Thursday. No. I don't believe that. Tesla, the legend, the living legend. I reckon I'll wrap this up. We'll do a beer bong. Anyway, my internet's so fucked it won't even let me Google anything. I'm surprised I can even do a live. Sorry about the low quality. What can you fucking do? One beer bong for the boys. Thanks fucking Nick for your donation to me. Thanks for the donations, you legend. This feed is shit. Hey bro, what can you do? What can I do? I can't do anything about it. All I can do is have a beer bong and wrap it up because it's just fucking shit internet. Maybe it's because actually last night was a fucking fierce storm, so that's a reasonable explanation. And it's the first decent storm we've had in fucking ages. So maybe that's why. Anyway, fucking beer bong. Thanks, Nick. Thanks everyone who tuned in. Even though we've done 2 streams tonight and extremely poor quality internet and fucking half cut Dusty Bow. I'm already fucking half cut doing a half job as is. The last thing I need is the internet to make it even fucking worse. Maybe you're on the purge list. Maybe not, but because I haven't got one email from Google or AdSet telling me anything. Never, not once. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm alright. But anyway, fucking beer bong dedicated to all the legends. This beer bong's dedicated to BOJO, Boris Johnson. He's going for number 10 again. It's going to be fucking awesome. Brexit's going to happen. Trump's going to happen 2020. Queensland state elections coming up. Anastasia Palaszczuk. I think, is this her first or second term? If it's her second term, we're getting rid of the bitch for sure. And that goblin Jackie Trad. And then we're going to fucking ScoMo's up. New Zealand's going to have their election. They're going to get rid of that bitch over there too. Anyway, God bless you. Fucking thanks for the beer bong. Thanks for the shout, Nick, you legend. God bless you. This is for number 1. This is for BOJO.
Yeah.
Sorry about the weak internet connection. Tune in next week. Nah, tomorrow potentially I could do a decent live again and we can gloat about Bojo's win and smash another beer bomb in Jesus' name. Dang. Thanks everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, eh?